What is going on, Rams family? We are back again with another film session, and we wanted to come in here and talk about Kobie Turner. This is a guy that has really been making a difference this season, as well as putting in work last season. And if this team is going to get in position to get to where they want to go, they will need this player playing at his best. Because when you have guys like Braden Fish there on the defensive line, as well as Jared Verse, these three players alone can go out there and wreck games. So me and you had to come in here to see what this player has done this past week because he's been going out there and really jumping off the screen. So when you're taking a look at Kobie Turner, he has been truly outstanding this season, putting up impressive numbers with 60 tackles, 9 tackles for a loss, 1 forced fumble, 34 pressures, and 7 sacks. He's been absolutely balling out. And it just shows that you can find these difference makers at the defensive tackle position throughout the draft, which is exactly what the Rams did in 2023. Turner continues to build momentum, especially after his performance this past week against the 49ers. And this is what's needed when it comes down to that defensive tackle position. So on this play here, we see Turner's impressive effort as he fights through a double team to get the sack. Since the start of last season, no player has recorded more pressures against double teams than him. That's what separates the elite defensive tackles in this league. When you command double teams, it creates opportunities for your teammates to make plays. Turner's determination and willpower on this rep were remarkable. So activating the system. So running this play here, just watching Kobie Turner get off the ball, you see how aggressive this player is. A lot of these reps, you will see him get double teamed, but he has that willpower, that grit, and determination to keep fighting. But number 65, you see that he's holding with his left arm, and I'm sure he didn't want to get a holding call on this play, so he had to let go. And seeing Turner just go out there, lock in on the quarterback, and finish his food. And being an athletic defensive tackle in the NFL, it is a nightmare when it comes down to quarterbacks because these players are coming straight at you. And looking at this guy here just doing his dance, getting everybody hyped, man. This is the energy that you need when it comes down to Rams defense. The thing is, you have a player that's coming straight at you. It's so hard for these quarterbacks in the NFL. Now, with the defensive ends, yes, they're coming at that corner, but if you can be able to get pass rush within the interior, it can open up everything when it comes down to this defense. But seeing the effort from this player and not giving up, these are the things that coaches and scouts look for when it comes down to these players. Because when you know that you got a guy that's going to play down in, down out, and play to the whistle, these are the type of players that need burn on Sundays. And with Kobie Turner this past 2 years, he has definitely earned it. Here's a rep here where Kobie was able to get pressure on the quarterback, causing him to throw a bad ball that the defensive back intercepted. And this demonstrates why pressures matter on defense. All it takes is for the quarterback to sense urgency, and they can be forced into big mistakes that shifts momentum. This kind of defensive impact is crucial when your team needs to take that next leap in important games. So we're going to split it. So locking on this play here, just watching Turner, just seeing the patience from this player. With Byron Young, he's going to be crashing in the inside, and he keeps all three of those offensive linemen busy. But seeing Turner looping to the outside and pressuring that quarterback. And the beauty about stunts in the NFL, you have to be patient, but if you can get there in time, there's an opportunity that you can be able to make a big time play right to the defender. Cash. And this is why pressures matter when it comes down to the NFL. You have some people out there that's not big on pressures because it doesn't turn into sacks. But these are the reasons right here why pressures are very important when it comes down to the defense. Because when Brock Purdy felt Kobie Turner hunting him down, he just threw the ball right in the air for anybody to take it. And he is one of the players that is tops in pressures, regardless of any defensive tackle in the NFL. And this is Pro Bowl production when it comes down to this type of play. The last 2 years, he had 17 tackles for a loss and 27 quarterback hits. So we all know that he has a knack for being able to get to the quarterback. But not only does that potentially create pressures or sacks, it can open up the door for these guys in the secondary to go out there and make plays. So seeing him get that pressure on Brock Purdy, followed by that interception, was great to see. If you want to see some of the best Los Angeles Rams helmets and upgrade your man cave or your room this holiday season, check out Green Gridiron's page in the description. These helmets are torch, available in mini or regular size with the visors, and they are built to last a lifetime. Click the link and use promo code JC Network for a discount on these amazing helmets. Now let's get back to the film session. When playing defensive tackle, not every player needs to rack up sacks like Kobie Turner. Sometimes you have to be the trash can guy. eating up blocks, and allowing teammates to make plays. And these unsung reps often go unnoticed. The goal is to create one on one matchups and free up players to attack the ball. And Turner did not get close to the ball carrier on his play. By forcing the offense to double team him, he gave his fellow defenders an advantage to get busy. So let's run it. Running this play here, just watching that center and guard attack Kobie Turner. And sometimes you will get double teamed and you might not end up going anywhere. But usually, when you have these offensive linemen and they're double teaming you, sometimes with their offensive game plan, they respect you. So you have to use that as your advantage. But locking in on Byron Young, he's setting the edge, disengages, and goes out there and gets the tackle. And this is what you want when it comes down to that defensive tackle position. Is not going to be always the hero ball type of plays. There will be times where you need to eat up blocks to allow these defensive ends to set the edge, disengage, or these linebackers to roam sideline to sideline and make plays on the ball as well. That's why I have always respected those three techniques, those one techniques within the gridiron, because those are the players that do the dirty work. But to see him eat up those two blocks and keep those other players free to go out there and make a play, this ended up being another good play, even though Kobie Turner was nowhere near the ball. Here's another play that was an effort sack by Kobie Turner. To be putting up multiple sacks in a game like this is incredible to see, especially when it's coming from that defensive tackle position. So running this play here, just watching the lateral movements from Turner, you got to be a dancing bear when it comes down to the gridiron. And the good thing about this player, he's not one of those crash defenders on the defensive line where they're not even going in there with a game plan. You can tell by his movements that he's thinking and he's trying to find any way to get to the quarterback. So he gives that guard a quick club move, but looking at Brock Purdy completely jump like he lost his mind. And this is what happens when you get pressure. These guys make mistakes. And that was enough time for Turner to go out there and finish his food. And this is exactly what you want to see when it comes down to that defensive line. My man is continuing. I mean, he's been dancing all night. It's so funny to be able to see this player, but he is a burst of energy that this defense needs. Can you be a player that can be able to step up when it matters most? And just by studying his film, he's a strong player. You see good footwork. You see that he's a player that's actually using his head out there and not just running around. This is how he's going to be able to get himself in position to make a lot of plays. And that's part of the reason why this player has had so many sacks in the past 2 seasons. And usually, when you have so many dogs like this in the front seven, this team is only going to get better. But seeing him going out there and getting 2 sacks this past game, and both of those sacks was against double teams, is fireworks. Here's another rep here where it was another high motor pressure play by Kobie Turner. It was an incomplete pass, but seeing him deliver that press kick to Brock Purdy was great to see. So running this play here, just watching him attack the A gap, number 64 and 77, they both got their hands on him. But seeing Turner driving his legs and using his lower power, finding a way to get close to Brock Purdy. The thing is with Brock Purdy, if you can be able to attack him quickly, you can force him into a lot of mistakes. He did throw the ball off. It wasn't a bad throw, but it still ended up being an incomplete pass. And I think that with this player and his athleticism, you can utilize this guy in multiple stunts. You can have him playing that three technique position, just doing things to be able to have this guy going out there and affecting games. Not just being able to get sacks, but if you can get pressures as well, it can keep this defense rolling. And having a player like Braden Fisk right next to him is absolutely a nightmare because he's one of the players that gets a lot of sacks as well. So just having those two players within the interior, you can get very creative when it comes down to these two defenders going out there and dominating and keeping these offensive coordinators up at night. So on this final rep here, you'll see a stunt play with Braden Fisk as the crash guy and Kobie as the looper. It's great to see the Rams defense mixing things up to stress the quarterback and force overthinking. Turner closes in on another pressure, forces an untimely throw by Brock Purdy that results in another pass breakup. And this was one of those reps that could have been another interception as well. This is why Turner has been one of the standout defenders this season in the entire NFL. So let's run it. So running this play here, just watching Braden Fisk. He's the guy that's crashing inside. Next thing you know, Kobie Turner's the looper. And usually when you can be able to loop like that, it can give you a beeline straight to the quarterback. So Brock Purdy knew he had to throw that ball quickly. So seeing him just throw the ball in the air, next thing you know, the defender was able to get his hands on it. He didn't get the interception, but that was a very good pass breakup. But with these elite defenses in the NFL, it all starts with the defensive line. And when you have players like Jared Verse and Braden Fitz with you, is only going to make you better. But seeing him having one of the better games on defense this past week, on top of their explosive offense, it is a great sign of what's to come for this entire team. So with Kobie Turner, it's going to be good to see how it all plays out with him. But when you can be able to stop the run, you can move well, you can get after the passer, you can be utilized on stunts. There are a ton of things that he can do on the field to make your defense that much more better. But to see him put up these numbers in the first 2 years has been truly impressive. And I can't wait to see what this defense can do as we get towards the end of the season. So comment below and let me know what you guys think about Kobie Turner and what are y'all thoughts on how they've been utilizing him so far. So make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe and hit that notification bell because the way the YouTube algorithm works, if you don't hit it, you'll miss out on fire updates and the best football film sessions on YouTube. All right, Rams family. Talk to y'all soon. Gone.